Now, when you wake up from your sleep, how many of you grab for your coffee or your chai just to feel awake? Or have you ever questioned it like, why is your energy suddenly feeling great at one point of time and then suddenly dropping, and then you need that coffee or tea to just keep you again awake? It means that you might have unstable blood sugar. And if you think that blood sugar is just a diabetes problem, well, it's not. It's an energy problem, it's a brain problem, it's also a weight gain problem. And here's the thing, you don't need to follow any kind of extreme diets or cut all your favorite foods completely out, or maybe just survive on salads to fix the problem. You can take control with just small, powerful food choices. And these foods that I'm going to mention, they are naturally going to help you keep your sugar levels steady without any medication. So today I'm going to share with you 7 foods that are backed by science. And most of these foods you can find them right in your kitchen. And I'll tell you exactly how to use them to get the best results. Now, before I get there, I want you to understand something. Now, when you eat something sugary or high carb, your blood sugar rises. Your body releases insulin to move that sugar into your cells. But when this happens too often, because you're having too much of processed food, you're stressing a lot, or you have poor sleep, your body stops responding well to insulin. This is called insulin resistance. Now, what happens next is that the sugar ends up staying in your blood, your pancreas are overworked, your energy drops, and your body stores more fat, especially around the belly. In fact, Ayurveda calls this an imbalance. So, let's talk about the foods that are going to change this balance completely in the body and stabilize your sugar, and the foods that are actually going to help. Number one is fenugreek seeds or the methi seeds. Now, fenugreek seeds are these tiny golden capsules which are amazing for your metabolism. And the reason why they work is because, firstly, they are loaded with soluble fiber, which slows down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream, especially after eating. They also contain an amino acid, which helps your pancreas produce insulin more effectively. And here is the science. A study in the International Journal for Vitamin and Nutrition Research found that if you consume fenugreek seeds, it significantly reduced fasting blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes. And here is a simple way on how you can take it. Firstly, soak 1 teaspoon of methi seeds overnight, drink the water the next morning, and if the seeds pop in your mouth, just chew them. Or you can add them to your dal, sabzis, or even paratha dough to just get that subtle nutty taste. And here is a pro tip that if you find this too bitter, you can mix those soaked seeds with a little piece of jaggery. What this will do is it will balance the flavor without spiking your sugar. The second food on the list is cinnamon or dalchini. Now, cinnamon is not just for your desserts, it's also an insulin helper. Now, why this works is because cinnamon makes your cells more sensitive to insulin. So, your body needs less of it to move sugar out of your blood. It also does something very cool, which it slows down stomach emptying, meaning that your meals that you eat, it keeps you fuller for longer. And even there is a research in diabetic medicine which showed that if you just add 1 gram of cinnamon daily, it lowered fasting blood sugar and it improved cholesterol in people with type 2 diabetes. And how to use it is pretty simple. You can just stir half a teaspoon into warm water or herbal tea, or you can just sprinkle cinnamon over oatmeal, smoothies, and even coffee. Always make sure you go for Ceylon cinnamon, which is the true cinnamon. And this is the one, it's lower in coumarin, which can be harmful if you consume it in high amounts. Now, the third food is bitter gourd or Karela. Now, I know Karela is everyone's childhood enemy, but trust me, it is a metabolic hero because it contains charitin and polypeptide P, which are compounds that mimic insulin's function. So, what it does is that it helps sugar move into your cells instead of floating around in your bloodstream. And even there are many scientific and clinical trials that show that if you have Karela juice, it can lower your blood sugar almost immediately after consumption. So if you're someone who has diabetes or know someone who has diabetes, or maybe you're consuming too many high sugary foods, well, maybe just a shot of Karela juice can sort that out. Now, there are many ways you can have a Karela or a bitter gourd. One way is you can juice half a Karela with some lemon and have it in the morning on an empty stomach. Or you can just cook it with onions, tomatoes, use some spices to just balance that bitterness. Now, food number 4 is flax seeds. Now, flax seeds are tiny, but trust me, they are mighty. Firstly, they are high in soluble fiber and omega 3 fatty acids, which, trust me, is better than fish oil when it comes to your omega 3s. Now, they slow down sugar absorption and also reduce inflammation. Two things that are important for reversing insulin resistance. In fact, studies in the nutrition research show that flax seeds can reduce post meal blood sugar spikes, and it can also improve A1C levels. And you can just sprinkle flax seeds on anything. You can just roast them, you can just consume them directly, or you can add like a tablespoon on curds, salads, oatmeal, or you can even add them with a roti dough. The thing is that according to Ayurveda, they are a little heaty, so you can have add something more cooling to it, like a cucumber or maybe a mint. Now, food number 5 is Indian gooseberry or amla. Now, amla is Ayurveda's vitamin C powerhouse. Now, this doesn't just improve your pancreatic function, it also reduces oxidative stress. It supports natural insulin production, and even research in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology confirms that amla reduces blood sugar and improves the lipid profile in diabetics. The simple way to have it is just take 30 ml of fresh amla juice in the morning, or just eat some fresh amla sprinkled with a little salt or chili powder if you like it that way. Because according to Ayurveda, amla is tridoshik, meaning it balances all the three doshas, and it's a cooling system, so it improves your immunity and keeps your digestion strong. Now, food number 6 are your chickpeas. Now, chickpeas are low glycemic, high protein, and high fiber. Basically, a sugar stabilizing machine. Now, what they do is that they slow down the glucose release in your blood, and it keeps you full for longer, preventing the snacking every hour cycle. And the best way to eat it is just make a salad out of it with a little lemons, add in some onions and tomatoes. You can add them to curries. You can have them with so many ways, even if in a form of hummus. Well, you can just go ahead and have it. And just in case you don't like white chickpeas, you can also go for the black chana, which is called the kala dana. It's even more nutrient dense than the white ones, so you can choose any of it, but both are equally good. Now, food number 7 is drumsticks or moringa pods. Now, moringa is called a miracle tree for a very good reason because it's rich in fiber, vitamin C, and also chlorogenic acid. Moringa slows down your sugar absorption and improves insulin sensitivity. And even there are studies that show that moringa leaf powder reduces fasting and post meal blood sugar in both diabetics and even healthy individuals. And the best way to eat it is you can just add these pods in sambars, dals, or soups, or even you can drink moringa leaf tea early in the morning because according to Ayurveda, moringa is a light and drying, and it's great for balancing, the kapha, which in excess is linked to diabetes. Now you can keep these things pretty simple because I know you're going to be confused of how do I have it considering there's so much to have. So I'm going to also give you a combination because sometimes the magic is in the combination. So imagine like morning, you can have your soaked methi seed water with amla juice. In your lunch, you can have a chana curry with drumstick sambar and add whatever you want extra. In the evening, you can have your herbal tea with cinnamon a little bit, or maybe if you like for a dessert thing, you can have like a flaxseed laddu. For dinner, you can also have Karela sabzi with maybe roti you can add in your dal or the same sambar that you've had in lunch. Understand that small, consistent choices like these will keep your blood sugar very steady without you feeling like you're on a diet. And managing blood sugar isn't about you eating less, it's about you eating right. And when you use food as medicine, your body also responds more naturally to solve the issue. So start looking at food as a medicine and not just something you just crave. The food you have should be there to nourish you and not drain you out of your energy. And if you found this video helpful, please also feel free to check out any other videos on this channel. And I also want you to understand is that your kitchen is your pharmacy first because it is a place which will give you all your energy back again because that is where you're going to get the real nourishment and you're going to get that real energy. And until we meet again next, don't stress and be awesome. Rocher that.